What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pick 6 with John and Nik, Week 14. Can you believe it's already Week 14? Wow. I am here in studio today by myself. Our friend John is having surgery this week, so he will be tied up in the bed. John will be joining via satellite from the hospital because the show must go on. I was 4-2 last week, and John was...
Well, I was 3-3 last week. Yeah, you know, mediocrity at its best.
Great. There's a lot of weird things happening lately in the NFL. It's a little odd. It's a tough time, but we got you covered. We've been able to find some edges for you. You're going to notice a theme for me this week, which is home for the holidays. I like a lot of home teams this week. That is to say, maybe I like all home teams this week, and I think John has a good feel for the over-unders. We're going to kick it off with the game of the week, really. We have the Chicago Bears versus the LA Rams. Huge game. Rams are 2-5-1 against the spread their last 8 games. They've been on fire all season. We all remember the Monday night game versus the Chiefs. How can you bet against the Rams? Chicago Bears. Mitch, Truth Biscuit Trubisky is coming back. It's going to be big. We spoke about Matt Nagy weeks ago in the show about scripting plays similar to what Andy Reid does and how they've been on fire in first halves of games. Chicago is first in the NFL and first half point differential. We try not to get too cute with the betting on this game. It's pretty straightforward, but here is a lock for you already available through Bovada and other online betting sources. It's Chicago Bears plus a half a point first half against the LA Rams. You can count that, put it in the bank, baby, count it. And John is going to talk about the same game. Tell us what you got, John.
All right, thanks, Nick. My next one is a little low for me. It's the Los Angeles Rams against the Chicago Bears. The over-under is only 42. I don't know who thinks that anybody has a defense, but Chicago is not a terrible team. Hopefully Trubisky will be back. I know he'll throw a little bit better, but those Rams still score points. So go ahead and give me the over on this one. Over 42. Count it.
All right, for my next pick, I am going to Tampa Bay. We have the Saints coming in town. The Saints are marching into Tampa Bay as an 8-point road favorite. The Bucs already beat the Saints once this year, but here's a little side note for you. The Bucs are wearing their Color Rush uniforms. They won in those last week. They're 1-0 in the Color Rush right now. I have to revert to Christopher Walken from Catch Me If You Can with the famous quote of, "Hey, you know why the Yankees always win? Because people can't take the eyes off the pinstripes." Same thing for the Bucs. These uniforms look awesome. I don't care what team you like. Doesn't matter. These things are gorgeous. They're beautiful. I don't think the Saints are going to be able to look past them. Tampa Bay is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games as a home underdog. I will say this. The Saints are 5-1 straight up in their last 6 after a loss. I don't think that the Bucs can edge them out. I think it'll be a shootout, though. In a shootout, you take the points. Give me the home underdog, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, plus 8. Count it. John, tell us about Monday Night Football, Seattle, Minnesota.
All right, thanks, Nick. Seattle and Minnesota. These teams got some pretty good defense. I can't imagine this one's going to go over, so it's going to be a good defensive battle. So go ahead and give me the Seattle Seahawks against the Minnesota Vikings under 45. Count it.
All right, for my next pick, we have the Carolina Panthers going to the Cleveland Browns. Carolina is 1-5 straight up and against the spread. The last 6 road games have not been playing that well. Greg Olson's out for the year. That defense is not what it used to be. Carolina cannot cover the tight end at all. I expect Njoku to have a pretty big game. Whether or not his teammates have to carry him to the end zone or not, I can't necessarily predict, but I could see Cleveland scoring some points. I think Nick Chubb will be able to run it too. Baker Mayfield's done a good job of spreading the ball around to Callaway, a little bit to Landry last week. I think they can get it done. Maybe some Duke Johnson sprinkled in there. The silver lining for the Panthers has been Christian McCaffrey, so I think if the Browns could take one thing away or at least limit McCaffrey as much as possible, they should be able to win this game at home. They're a 1.5-point underdog. Again, we're looking at home underdogs for the holidays. Give me Cleveland plus 1.5 versus Carolina. Count it. John, take us to Chargers-Bengals.
The Los Angeles Chargers are hosting the Cincinnati Bengals, and boy, do those Bengals look terrible. They've lost every player. It seems like they're soon to be losing their coach, I would say. You heard it here first, folks. All right, so this one is a little high for me. It's at 47.5. So give me the Los Angeles Chargers hosting the Cincinnati Bengals under 47.5. Count it.
All right, for my next pick, the Atlanta Falcons versus the Green Bay Packers. The Packers have been in the news all week because head coach Mike McCarthy was just fired. Debatably at the encouragement of Aaron Rodgers. Did he want Mark McCarthy fired? Probably. Is he going to tell us that? No. But I'll tell you what he will do. He is going to make sure everything within his power that they beat the living crap out of the Falcons, because you know that he wanted McCarthy fired, and nothing would make a statement better than if Aaron Rodgers takes his team out and beats the crap out of Atlanta, which a lot of other teams have been doing this season as well. So it's not even a stretch, really. Right now, it's Green Bay's a 5.5-point favorite. Here's the great Green Bay stat. This time of year, maybe we'll get some snow. The Packers are 15-5 against the spread, last 20 home games in December. Falcons used to playing in a dome. I think the big X factor here is Aaron Rodgers really trying to take it to Mike McCarthy and showing him that he didn't really need him after all. Plus, he was calling his own plays anyways. You know what? He didn't even call McCarthy's plays. So is it even that big of a difference? You could dress up one of those used cars sales dudes outside and put a Packers shirt on him. Probably call better plays than Mike McCarthy or get more of his plays called. Who knows? Give me the Packers minus 5.5 against Atlanta. Count it. John, tell us about Detroit and Arizona.
Two teams that looked pretty good last week. Arizona did put up a lot of points against those hapless Green Bay Packers, and Detroit looked pretty good too. This one is a little low, so I'm going to take the over. Give me the Detroit Lions and the Arizona Cardinals over 40.5. Count it.
Okay, for my next game, we are going to Dallas. The Eagles are coming to town. We just saw Eagles on Monday night. They beat the Redskins. Colt McCoy got in, so the backup quarterback, Colt McCoy, got injured for the Redskins. Enter Mark Sanchez. Yes, they won the game. They beat the Redskins. It's a division team. They give up a 90-yard touchdown to Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson's my age. You know, what's going to happen when Zeke Elliott runs on him? Zeke Elliott might run for 500 yards if they play like that. They won. They just haven't looked great. I don't know if Wentz he's either on or totally off, and he only throws to Zach Ertz, evidently. Golden Tate finally got a little bit involved, but they're just not the same team that they had last year, whether it's injuries or what have you. Maybe they just have a little bit of the Super Bowl slump. We see it almost every year besides the Patriots, really. I just don't think it's the same team, where on the other hand, the Cowboys have a little bit extra rest coming off a Thursday night win against the Saints. This is only 3.5. Road teams are 11-3 against the spread in the last 14 in this series. It's obviously a big rivalry game. NFC East, I could see the Cowboys winning by at least a touchdown. Amari Cooper's been looking good. Give me Dallas minus 3.5 at home against the Eagles. Count it. John, tell us about Indy Houston.
All right, thanks, Nick. I'm taking the Houston Texans against the Indianapolis Colts. These guys are still on fire. The Texans haven't lost in 8 games. I'm thinking that the Indianapolis Colts are pretty good too. I don't see many defense on this one, so the over-under's a little higher, but I think it'll still go okay. I think it's still going to get over. So go ahead and give me Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts over 49. Count it.
All right, for my last pick, we have the New England Patriots going to the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins right now are sitting as an 8-point underdog at home. That's a lot of points. It seems like New England beats up on Miami a lot, but interesting stat, the home team in this series is 11-1 straight up and against the spread the last 12 meetings. So whoever's at home typically wins this game or at least covers. And New England hasn't been the same team. Gronk doesn't look the same. Edelman looks a little bit slow. They're winning games, and I'm sure they'll make a deep playoff run, but this isn't the team that's going to go down to Miami and win by 30 points. This is not a testament to what I think about the Dolphins, and I don't think the Dolphins are going to win. I do think they can get some points going. I think they can stifle the Patriots enough to cover and beat the spread. So give me the Miami Dolphins plus 8 for New England. Count it. John, take it away. Tell us about Army-Navy, baby.
There's only one college football game on the docket, and as the college Nostradamus, I'm taking that Army-Navy game, and I'm taking the over. So I'm going to take the over on the Army-Navy over 40. Count it. All right, guys, that's it for me. We'll see you next week. Piping in another random room via satellite. All right, we'll talk to you later. Peace.
Great. Well, that is it for this week's Pick 6 with John and Nik. We have been on a roll lately, so it might be a good idea if you want a little extra Christmas cash. And on a serious note, our beloved friend and co-host John Haegele is having surgery this week. So he will be laying in bed, checking your tweets, checking your Instagram comments, letting him know how his picks are, good or bad. So feel free to ridicule him or applaud him Maybe he made you some money, maybe he lost you some money, but I tell you this, he will answer it because he won't have a whole lot to do. Anyways, thanks guys so much again for tuning in. Make sure to follow Handlebar TV on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We do have a few more weeks coming up and we're hoping to put together a Super Bowl spectacular. So that's all for this week. Thanks again, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Week 14, Pick 6 with John and Nik. See you next week. Peace.